Merry meet, it's Rowan Ravenwolf with Triple Goddess Apothecary and Reiki. So today I wanted to just kind of talk about making crystal elixirs or infusing your water with crystals. So this is a big thing. I have had a lot of teachers myself, because I continue to take classes, that are like, yes, use these crystals. But there is a safety with it, because every crystal is made up of different chemicals and compounds, and we want to make sure that we don't ingest something that might be harmful for our body. You know, some crystals have aluminum in them, some have copper, iron, mercury, and so we do want to make sure that we're really super careful when we're adding crystals to infuse anything that we're intaking, like water, for example. So I have my crystal water bottle. And I actually do carry this exact one in my shop. Well, not this exact one, but ones that look exactly like this one in my shop. So you can see, this is my ritual water. So nice and cool. So the water goes up here. What I love about this is that even rose quartz over time is going to give off some of its compounds and chemicals into your water. So even crystals that we might think are safe are not necessarily safe for us to ingest. But we do want to infuse our waters in order to get some of those benefits and give us some extra oomph into our life, right? So this is why I love these types of bottles. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. But this one, I'm just going to use this bottle and then I'll explain to you some of the other ways you can do it. So what I love with this is it actually unscrews. So I'm going to actually turn upside down because my crystals are going to pop out. So it has a lid on it, but guess what? All the crystals are coming out. You can tell I have water in here. And I have this one filled with rose quartz and quartz right now, as you can see. So what I love about this bottle is the crystals, it's a glass, so it's gonna go through the glass. The crystals are gonna do their work, especially since quartz is one of the miracle crystals and has so much power and can activate anything. And so not just activate, but it adds that extra oomph that we like. So you can just put them in and you can see, like I have the water up there, but there is no crystals in my water. So this particular bottle actually does come with the rose quartz and the crystal quartz chips when you order it, but you can add whatever you want. So rose quartz helps with love and healing. And because I'm really big with actually healing, because we all have our shadow work that we're doing. Doesn't matter who we are, whether we're teachers or mentors or students, we all are doing some type of shadow work. So I also like to have wisdom. I love learning. I've always loved learning. And so it's something that I want to add. So I'm just going to add and show you how you can add it. And you'll see they're not going into my water that's in here. So I'm adding lake landite. Lake landite comes from the United Kingdom, from the Lake region in England, actually. And I'll just like sneak that up there. It's got little speckles, very similar to the spotted dolerite and the non-spotted dolerite. This is a very, very strong healing crystal. And so I love to use this crystal with my healing. So I'm gonna just actually toss this in my water. Well, in with my crystals, not in my water. Again, it's separate from the water, but it's gonna be there. So they're gonna be all activating and working together to give this beautiful energy. The other two crystals I'm gonna add are literally one of my favorites. So I wear one all the time, as you can see. It's called Priscelli Bluestone or Spotted Dolerite. It comes spotted and non-spotted, and I don't have my non-spotted on, and sometimes I'm wearing my earrings. I'm not today, but so I have these two pieces. I'm gonna put one in right now so that I can hold up so you can see this beautiful, beautiful crystal. So this crystal's for healing, but it's also for wisdom and connection with the spirit realm. And those who've taken classes from me know I love working on my shadow work. I also love healing and working with the spirit realm. And I love wisdom. I will never want to stop learning. I want to master everything, but know that I won't master everything, if that makes sense. So I'm going to add that in here so that it can infuse it. So I usually actually activate all of this, and I use Reiki. Since I'm a Reiki master, I actually use Reiki to activate my crystals. So, and and then I put the lid on. So I will activate it actually outside of the video. Those who have had Reiki with me, you know how we do activate, and it will be in future content. I will show how we can activate with Reiki, or activate our crystals with Reiki in future content on my Patreon page. But in the meantime, the water has no crystals in it, but it's going to infuse. So when I activate this, I'm going to actually, you know, I might as well just activate it now. So I'm going to actually pull the Reiki out. I use a combination because I am a Usui Reiki master. I'm also a Sasekum Sahu Reiki master, which is Egyptian Reiki. So I use a combination of the two together because they are extremely powerful and they bring a lot out. So I'm going to just activate my Reiki, and then I'll show you how I actually do this. I ask crystals that you infuse my water with healing, wisdom, and connection to the spiritual realm. As I will it, so shall it be. Right, so now I've infused my water. I've activated my crystals, and it's going to do its work. So not only are my crystals activated and going to put all this wonderful energy in here, it's also infused with Reiki. So I do Reiki all of my fluids before I intake them in my food, to give me an extra boost, and so that I can bring you divine love and divine wisdom when you need divine love and divine wisdom in your life, because you are divine and amazing. So this is how we do it. And so these are great bottles to use, and I'll just, because I am thirsty. Refreshing, wonderful, and I have my infused water. And the bottle is glass, so that's really nice. So yes, and you will pay a lot more for the glass. So there, again, I carry these in my store, but there are a lot of other brands out there. Another one that I really like is where the bottom comes off and you can actually put a crystal point in it. And so you can order it specifically with like amethyst or quartz or rose quartz, or they'll have different crystal points. And they're really great because when you take your bottom off, you put your point on there, you put it in there, and the point is glass, goes up into there, but it does not touch your water. So you're not going to potentially be putting hazardous chemicals into your body over time. And the crystals are there, they're happy, you activate them. I give my crystals Reiki as much as I can because they like Reiki just as much as I like Reiki. And I also Reiki my water every day. So I usually do it every day, to be quite honest. You don't have to do it every day or every time you take a sip of water. But if you are a Reiki practitioner or Reiki master, I highly, highly encourage that you take advantage of that, because it does help boost and give you just beautiful, beautiful energy. And we need to spread the world with this beautiful, loving energy. So that's one way. Now another way, let's say you're like, oh my gosh, because yes, I'm not going to kid you, all of the glass water bottles where the crystals are separate, they are kind of pricey because most of the time they are glass, because the crystals can work better through glass than they can through plastic. And why do we want plastic, right? Let's not fill our landfills with plastic. We want to not do that. So that's another reason why it's great to have the water bottle. So you can actually do your own. So if you have glass at home, before I would actually had the jars, I had a little mason jar that I would fill, and I would put it in my bowl of water so that the lid of the mason jar was on it, but it was above the water line. And then I would infuse the crystals, put it in my fridge, and then I would dump it into my glasses from the bowl. So you can do it that way. So it's really easy. Or if you get if you've got a longer mason jar, you can do the longer mason jar and infuse your water that way. But just make sure your crystals don't touch your water. Make sure they're in something that will keep you safe, just in case. And the reason I say that is some crystals, like red goldstone and blue goldstone, they're gorgeous, right? And little kids love those crystals. I can tell you, when I'm in my booths in the summer, those are the ones that go the most, because mom and dad are there and the kids are like, I want that rock. Well, they think it's cool because it's got glitter in it, right? It's not glitter, it's copper. They're copper specks. So, and they have great healing potential, and they each work with a different chakra. However, You put those in your water, you're gonna start ingesting too much copper, and too much copper will kill you. So this is why we wanna be safe with our crystals. Crystals are fabulous to work with. They are a great extra tool that we can have to work with. However, we do want to be safe with it, because safety is foremost, because we want to live and spread this beautiful love, this beautiful knowledge, and beautiful energy to those around us. So enjoy your water. Make sure that your crystals are not in your water, just for your safety and health. It will just boost your health more to be able to use the crystals infusing your water, but not in your water. Again, if you don't have any of the tools I've given you, you can actually put a water glass and put your crystals around your water glass, and then you can activate your crystals that way. So your crystals would be on the outside. Like, for example, I've got this selenite. If I wanted to put the selenite here, or if this was just a glass instead of a comeback container that I can fill, that's gonna infuse. Okay, so that's another way to infuse. So I just want everybody to be safe and happy, and to be able to work at one with nature, but do it in a safe, happy way for both the crystals and yourself. So there's just a little fun tip from Rowan Ravenwolf. Again, please like and subscribe, and feel free to share my video. I'll have more tips on crystals and herbs coming up. I'm also going to be doing some book reviews, and it's been a while, but I have a ton of tarot, Lenormand, and oracle decks that I want to unbox. So be looking out for unboxing, because there are some beautiful decks out there, and this is a great way for you to see a deck to make sure you want to purchase the deck before you purchase it. So whether it's from me or someone else. So as always, please support small businesses, whether it's mine or someone else in the metaphysical community and occult community. We are all small, but we all build each other up. And there's so many of us that have this perfect, beautiful, divine light. And so let's share that and support each other. As always, sending you my divine love and healing light. Namaste.